Entendido. Esto es desde Zoom, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Listo, ya tomo el enlace. No me parece que está en YouTube. Entendido. Esto es desde Zoom, ¿correcto?
Sí. Sí. Ya estamos live.
Do you have the YouTube link now?
Ya está live en el venue.
Ok, perfecto. Ya estamos live. Tengo un
Do
loop.
you have the Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Eveland
headquarters. I hope you guys are all doing great and have a happy end of 2022 and a better start to 2023. And the reason why we invited you today. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Eveland headquarters. I hope you guys are all doing great. And anyway, sorry, I got interrupted by the sound. So we're here today beyond showing you a little bit of what we are doing in Eveland is to really present to you a whole bunch of different documents and advances we've done on our strategy and on our building our business using ChatGPT as a helper and not only for the company but also for travel, for all different kinds of things. And I just want to really give you a sense of how you can use this to improve and increase your speed of execution in whatever business you're doing. So I'll share with you the ChatGPT page, and we'll get started right away. If you want to increase the size of the screen, go ahead and click on the square button on the right so that you can have a full screen so you can read better the different text that I'm going to show. So let me jump on the Zoom and share my screen. Okay, here we are. So let's go to ChatGPT. And in advance of this this conversation, I asked ChatGPT to explain the basic principles that are part of this. I also asked it to create a 30-minute presentation for you, first in schematic and then in deeper detail. And so I'm going to put the text on screen while I tell you a little bit about it. So basically, ChatGPT it's a program from the OpenAI Foundation, which is based in California, which stands for Generative Pre-Training Transformer. Okay, so that's I think GPT is a lot more usable than the Generative Pre-Training Transformer. But what it means is that they collected text from around the world, and when I mean text, is probably from what I've seen, it's just about everything that's been spoken by humans, and they are able to train this application in order to generate human-like responses to different problems that you present the technology. And so as you can see here, there's multiple parts of it. There's the pre-training and the transformer architecture, which is a pretty technical part. Obviously, it says I'm going to spend 10 minutes on this. I'm not, because I'm really going to spend more time in showing you the different results that I've been able to obtain from this technology. But this is what the script says, so we'll go to pre-training and transformer, which is basically to teach the system through a training model to basically respond to multiple potential questions, and to be able to read the question and generate, which is the next part, the generative, but to basically create human-like responses and solve actual problems. Okay, so then there's the fine-tuning of the tool, And here you see more resources, and I will share a document once we finish via email so that you all have the content that is here. So in the fine tuning, it's basically there's actually multiple models, and this is not only ChatGPT is one of them, but there's many AI applications now being rolled out, and you basically teach it. You start tuning and giving it information, and with that information, the more information you give the system, the better results you get in terms of the content that it generates, right? Then the fourth is the generative model, which basically this is where the model that generates the responses. And as you're going to see, because I'm going to do it real time, and I'm going to do it with your input, we're going to start asking questions of the system, and it's about continuing a path of questioning where you really get a lot of value. So if you make a question, and every question that you make should be really profound. It's not, you can ask it anything in order to get your whatever information you're looking for, and we'll see some examples, but it's really about the continuing questioning of the system where you really get some. For instance, I asked it to write so let me show you right here. The initial question was, explain the basic principles that make ChatGPT work and give me the structure for a 30-minute presentation on how to make the best out of your capabilities. He said, sure. And it also has has somewhat of an attitude. ChatGPT is a variant of blah, and he gave me the short version. Then you can see here, it says, introduce the topic of ChatGPT, a capability, see the context, whatever, right? So it gives me a structure for a presentation and go. But I don't have enough. And I say, okay, develop further each of the subjects. Okay, so it says, sure, here's a more detailed explanation of the subjects I mentioned above. And then it goes deeper, and it goes further, and it gives you more content, right? And then and this is interesting, in point 5, while it was writing, it stopped, right? So I just said, finish. And I said, offer some tips and best practices for getting some of the most. So basically, it's like you're talking to somebody that got stuck, and you say, well, okay, go ahead. and it finishes the thought. And it's so amazing. That I thought that, and I've learned that after 50 hours of using it. So I think what I'm trying to convey here is that you have a very, it can be used very, 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 very well. Anyway, let me go to the venue because I've been watching and let me see if there's any questions that you guys have. I see that we have 15 people here. Welcome everybody. Cami is here. Danny is here. Ivo, Gilberto, welcome. Gloria, Sunday, Sammy, welcome, Sammy. Swiss Uncle is also here. Before I go to okay, there's a couple of chats here. No, that's on the group chat. Anyway, if you have any questions, there are some groups here that I created. Oh no, I need to do a reload because I created them. Sorry about that. Let's join the venue again. That's something that needs to be improved right there. And that's why I said this is only internal. So this is only for, internal team members and partners, and we welcome all of you. Sorry. So let's go back to the auditorium. Okay, so we've lost a couple of people. Oh no, it was some people who were duplicated. Anyway, so there, we're back. Sorry. I'm muted in the auditorium, so I'm directly on Zoom, but I'm seeing that we're back. So anyway, if you want to make any questions, there's a couple of groups there that I've created, questions about AI and your AI story, so you can share with the rest, write your questions here, and you'll get more questions as I go forward. Right? Okay. So anyway, back to the ChatGPT prompt. Okay, so let's see some of the things that I've been asking it, and look at, you can see here all of the chats that I've had over the past few days, right? So over 20 chats. And these chats are not a single, a question. No. These are very specific questions. In this case, I asked it to predict metaverse adoption and to define different uses of the blockchain in business. So I started the process asking it simple questions, right? But so simple answer, no problems to be solved. But then after a meeting with one of our partners, who unfortunately couldn't make it, but with whom we're building something called the Cool Doctors Metaverse. So basically, it's a very focused business metaverse for doctors, right? And one of the things that we receive from them is that there's something called the Impact Index, right? Which is, I'm going to show you here, right? Which is basically something that the pharmaceutical companies use to measure the level of influence and impact, as the name calls it, that a doctor has, depending on multiple facets of their career. Okay, so here I asked the AI, my first question to it was define the parameters and write a Python program to calculate the impact index of a physician, which will be used by pharmaceutical companies to determine the level of investment they make on a given physician through research, speaking engagements, and mass and communications initiatives. The index is based on calculated up to 100. These are some of the different things that you need to look into, and create a sliding scale for all of the elements of a physician's curriculum to assign a value to each one of them, so that the index can be calculated and ranking developed and measured. So the system started doing that, and it's first defined all of the different levels, then it calculated, and it gave me some numbers, and it wrote an initial program, and then it went on and did some more. But then I wasn't really happy with that, and then I went in deeper into my interrogation, right? So I created multiple things about the program, and then I created different other things, like, okay, for the metaverse, for the doctor's metaverse, give me a contest for clinical studies, including rules, length, format, and guidelines for qualifying and voting for cases. So after I finished which, as you can see here, the impact index, and wrote a Python program to actually measure it, then I went on and asking something else, which is, define, create another type of engagement for the Cool Doctors Metaverse, and it's a case submission contest. These are the rules, the length, the format, qualifying and voting for cases, the awards that we would give each matter. Then it gave me a number. Then I said, no, increase it by 100, and increased it by 100. Now create the questionnaire that physicians will respond in order to create the impact index, and then it gave me the questionnaire, and boom. So how much do you think this represented in time? I ask you the question in terms of the time that it took for me to develop that, all that question, all that. Okay, we have some questions. No, that's me. Here, let's see. My soul told me that AI can help you define the input for your properly describe a graphics that you want generated and a graphical AI bot such as Jasper. Someone also asked to write a Python program to have a profitable crypto investment system. He got 2,000 return on the first week. Yes, those are other examples. And the limits are really your imagination at the end of the day. Now let me show you some other things and then we're going to play, right? We're all going to play together. This is a chat. I'm on voice, I'm on video, but you guys are on chat and I can chat with you. So that's the interaction. So let's see something else. Then you remember from our different talks that we had to develop the employability index. We discussed in several of our meetings that we wanted to develop the employability index. And by the way, this is the end. It's further. I went and asked it. I still didn't know how to use it. That was one of the first things that I did. This is still the doctor's index, but I went deeper in this. And I said, okay, now that you define it, assign points to each one of them, thinking about that 100-point scale, so that, you know, when somebody filled it out, you would get all this boom, 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 and put it in a Python program. And you start just asking it questions, and it keeps giving you back. And based on what you asked, you just keep on asking a question. But again, I hadn't yet gotten the what I know today of how to use it. So okay, let's see this one. Okay, so I needed, as I said, this is the second case. This was the employability index, okay, which we want to generate, and we're going to generate. We're working on it, and this is the first, you know, the second step. We've done other steps, but this one, and I'm just again showing you how we are using it for our needs and how you can use it for your own needs. And it's all about questions, but this is a very typical one. Define and describe all the categories of employees in a typical multinational corporation. Boom, very simple answer, straightforward. In a typical multinational corporation, there are several categories of employees that may be present, including Okay, define the parameters. Let me see if that's, no, I kept expanding. This is the last one. Define the parameters and values needed to determine an employability index based on an analysis of a person's curriculum vitae, and include the following parameters: education, institution, blah, blah, blah. And so it responded. An employability index is a measure of an individual's potential to be hired or employed based on it. And so it gave me all the different, and it expanded on each one of them. Why the adaptability, how the adaptability, okay. And then again, the social media channels, so on and so forth. So then I said, well, create a table and assign values to each of the parameters defined in the employability index based on the perceived importance to employers on each of the 11 employee categories defined above. And then it just did it. Here's a table that assigns values to each of the parameters defined in the, you know, it repeats the thing, and it put, you know, education. At the executive level, they're all high. At the management level, well, you see that maybe the social media and honors is not that important. On the professional level, yeah, you know, not necessarily need there. Administrative, it's pretty, and so look, you know, as it goes back, you know, you start variating. And then I said, okay, now create a questionnaire that allows me to generate the employability index. And then it did it. And then furthermore, I said, well, now create a Python program to calculate the employability index based on the chart defined above, and that should be fed the information received in the questionnaire. And there it is. Right there is the program. So we have our employability index. this would have taken us, best case scenario, I'm saying a couple of weeks. And I did this maybe in an hour. So this is another illustration of how powerful this thing can be. But let's have another one. No, this is impact index calculation. Okay. So I said, okay, I want to create an affiliate management plan considering 2 tiers of affiliate, master, ambassador, ambassador. Core products and pricing are Platinum Smart Venues 40K, blah, 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 blah. Commissions start at 30% and can go up to 60% of sales based on sales volume. All commissions are paid 50-50, blah, 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 blah. And it gave me a complete strategic marketing plan, ambassador plan at very high level. I think I did it again somewhere. But then I said, okay, so we have this event happening. Give me an agenda for a 3-day event on Evelyn Metaverse of the Web3 Stronger Together community to be held from February 1st to 23rd, which will have more than 100 exhibitors and 20,000 attendees. Divide the agenda among the following topics: interoperability, finance and access to capital, people and resources, content and gaming. And then it proceeded to deliver a 3-day schedule. You say, wow, okay. So then I said, write an arbitration clause for a multinational partnership with partners in Taiwan, Spain, and the US. I needed that for a contract. Then write a confidentiality clause. It gave me a confidentiality. Write a dissolution clause. It gave me the dissolution clause. Then I started playing. No, this is... Okay, then I said, okay, I started digging around the circular economy principles. It gave me that. What are the basic tenets of Web3 circular economy? It gave me that. Decentralization, trustless exchange, verifiable data, community ownership, tokenization, platform cooperativism. I mean, I couldn't have written better, basically. No, there's no way. I could have, or maybe yes, but I would have to research it. And, it would have taken me maybe a couple hours, 3 hours, 4 hours to write something so succinct and so well structured, right? And then I gave it all of this information, right? On the type of venues that we are defining and everything. And gave me a reward system. And it gave me not only the reasons where or how to pay users or give rewards to users, but also what would be the what could users buy with the ETH token? All of these things. Then I told it that we had, some of our tokenomics information. I thought we got 1 billion tokens. We have a marketing wallet of 10%. Create a table for each ETH tokens to be rewarded based on the rewards program. It created the table. Then I gave it more information based on the calculation above. Create a level of rewards per action, take into account potential abuse. And it gave it to me and it told me how to take care of abuse. And then I told it to write the program to actually manage that the program. Our technical guys still have to see it, and obviously there's, can we integrate this? How do we integrate it? Where do we integrate it? But the actual code works because we tested basic code that we generated. And then I told it, okay, starting with 3,000 users in January of 2023 and going to 10,000 in February, increasing 10% monthly until December 31st, calculate the total monthly rewards that will be given out in the Evelyn program. And of course, it did. Not only that, it gave me the formula that it used to generate it, which is a simple formula, of course, and since I was lazy, I told it, hey, add it up because you're not going to give me the thing, and it added it up, and it's 18 million tokens based on at the end of the year having 26,000 monthly users based on this. So I've just created all the parameters needed to run my rewards program and define the rewards program in a matter of minutes. Then I told her, okay, next step, create a 3-month marketing plan for an ICO of the ETH token using outbound and inbound activities, target the individuals and companies in the events business, marketing department of mid-sized and large corporations, and entrepreneurs developing and managing Web3 business. Include display advertising, search, social media posts, online events, branded content, define content production and distribution schedules. So it gave me, first of all, a high level, of the different things and things that you could do in each one of the categories every month. So display advertising, run display ads on relevant websites and platforms, blah, 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 blah. So very general, but still, it put it in 3 months. Then I said, dig deeper into the first month's schedule, establish daily postings and events. Well, exactly what it did. Week 1 through week 4. And it gave me specific actions every day that we could be doing in order to comply with what I had said. But, by the way, this is where I started to understand how it worked. It stopped there. Monday, share 8, no, finish week 4, and here's the rest of the schedule for week 4. And then I said, okay, this is format, I don't like it, put it in a table format. And automatically it put it on a table format, right? So I have it nice and ordered, 3 weeks. Again, finish week schedule 4. I hadn't done it, and that's it. But then, where did I put this? No, then I told it to, oh, wait. Here, this one is interesting. Create a branded content strategy for the Eveland Metaverse. Let me check, because I've been talking for a while. If you have any questions. Yeah, there's a couple, no. 17 people on the call, on the venue right now. Hope you're all enjoying it. Anyway, so let's go back. Create a branded content strategy for Eveland Metaverse. Highlight use cases for the Eveland Eveland Smart Venues, ETH token, ETH NFTs, Web3 industry news, executive interviews, and roadmap milestones. And it said, sure. Here is a suggested branded content strategy for Eveland Metaverse. Use case series highlights in various ways that Eveland Smart Venues can be used, such as events, meeting, conferences, blah, 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 blah. ETH token spotlights, NFT showcase, Web3 industry news, blah, 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 most of them. Okay. So I said, create specific article titles for each category and schedule them during a 3-month period. I said, sure. And then it went use case scenarios, month 1. So it mixed the different titles and said, okay, offer the data by month and put it in a table. Month 1, month 2, month 3. Write the first article in the series. Highlight the fact that Eveland offers a business-oriented space and toolbox, taking advantage of Web3 technologies, but making accessibility and chat interaction the focus of the experience. Sure, here's the first article in the series, highlighting the business-oriented focus of Eveland Smart Metaverse and the emphasis on accessibility and chat interaction. And it wrote the article. Complete customizable environments, which is what we offer, live streaming and recording. I didn't say any of that. Virtual recording, seamless integration with other platforms. I didn't tell it any of that. It just did it by itself. So, as you can see, and then not content with the first one, I said, well, write the second article, highlight the main use cases for the ETH token, which is to acquire products and services in the Eveland Metaverse. ETHs are available on Uniswap and will soon be bridging to other protocols. And sure enough, there it is. Now, this is not what I'm showing you here is not that, okay, do we use it 100% as it is? Well, maybe not. Maybe we change something, we read it, and say, okay, well, change this, change that. But it's done 90% of the work for me. And all these documents, which would have taken me weeks to complete, have basically been generated in a matter of hours. Ivo says that his children are using it for homework. There you go. Yeah, your children and the children of many, many, many people. And actually one of the things that is being said today is that it's the death of universities. If you have this type of power and knowledge at your hands, I mean, you can go through a university course, doesn't matter, you got all the answers. There's no way that you can miss. And it's got knowledge like anything. So that was a content strategy. So I wrote the second article. And I added, it had written me something, and I said, well, add that the ETH token is an ERC20. And so, boom, it immediately put it into the article in the right space, in the right place. And, it's just. Then I said, okay, let's develop a strategy to attract creators and solopreneurs to Eveland Metaverse. Define type of creators who have opportunities in our platform, create a basic sector agreement and expanded agreement that takes into account volume sales in our marketplace. And sure enough, there it is. The agreement, the segment. And then I said, create a 3-month marketing plan to attract creators to Eveland Metaverse, identify the different platforms where creators gather, and define actions, content, and strategy and advertising opportunities. And there it is. So, and I'm still, well, then I went and did a little personal thing, and I defined a vegetable plot and I defined how much water I needed on the vegetable plot. And this is for my personal use, so great. But I'm just showing you where it can go. Then I said, okay, now I'm going to work for another client. And I started working for the cat metaverse. And I say, okay, create a cat game for cat owners in Eveland Metaverse where users will be able to play the game and earn ETH tokens. Sure enough, it came up with the idea of the Cat Care Challenge. I don't know if it's idea, and we might, we have to look it up, obviously. But the most important thing is that it gives you the mechanics of how the game works. Then I asked it to define what action players can take in order to take care of their cat. Feed the cat, groom the cat, play in the cat, provide medical care, decorate the cat's home, create a point system based on each of the cat done by the cats, and they created that. Write the program that runs it, and it wrote it. Add the leaderboard and challenges to the Python program, and it did. And so, this is just, it's so powerful. It is just a game changer, total game changer. Then I said, okay, now let's create another type of game. Create a trivia. And it created a 10-question trivia with the 10 answers. That's another game. Then I started going deeper. Okay, what are common health issues for cats? What are the main cat product brands in the world? Create a table with the cat product brands ranked by revenue. Create a cat care guide. And so this is content that I'm just generating. Then I started going into Metaverse, define the blockchain, and I said, okay, write a series of tweets to be distributed from the Eveland Metaverse account. Include the following subjects: Metaverse is DeFi, blockchain, gaming, and it created 5. And I gave it, give me 5 more, please. And it created 5 more. And if I tell it, give me 5 more, please. And it's writing 5 more tweets. And so this is, I think Ivo said, okay, it's like if we had hired 7 becarios, what do you call those? 7 interns. And I said, not only 7 interns, but 7 super bright interns at the same time, right? So it is just amazing. It just wrote 5 tweets that all we need to do is read, say, okay, yeah, I can tweet that, or change this, change the hashtag, or change whatever. And you have then, which is the most important thing, because having the Twitter channel, that's great, but if you don't feed it, if you don't start distributing on a constant basis, then it's dead. This gives you that power. And so, basically so these are basically the top. Now let's do a little exercise on the chat. And let's basically go here to the public chat and to the groups. And what should we ask the thing to do? Chat GPT to do? I think my screen is a little bit acting up. Oh, here's the. What do you say? What do you suggest? We have 26 people online right now. Oh, that's huge. So here's a chat. Let me see. How do you think this AI tool will impact in journalism and communications industry? Okay. Good question, Ivo. So let's open a new chat, right? And let's ask it the question. How do you think this AI tool will impact in journalism, communications industry? Well, here it's in action, right? So automation, number one. Obviously, you can automate certain tasks for transcription of audio and, yeah, free up time to do other things. Generation of content, like we just saw, analysis of data. And you can then go further and say, go even deeper. How many journalists do you think will lose their jobs because of AI? So it's trying to obviously say, it gives you a general response, but you can go deeper, and we'll go deeper now. So let's say based on previous technological disruptions, so let's make it deeper. Based on previous technological disruptions, can you project what percentage of journalists could lose their jobs because of AI? But again, you're asking it a question, which is that it's an opinion more than a fact-based question. And in order, so you can get an opinion, okay, but it's not fact because it can't give you fact on this type of question. So anybody has and that's a good example that we can use to understand. Okay, any other questions? Okay, that's a big question here. Wow. What is the best weather-wise month to visit Israel for 2 weeks and create a 2-week itinerary with tours and hotels and the lowest cost business class fare to travel. Yeah, it probably doesn't have it's not going to give you updated data on travel information and stuff like that. Let me see what it responded. As for the cost of business class fare, Atlanta to Tel Aviv, it can vary significantly depending on the time of year, how far advance you book and which area you choose. So it's not going to give you a complete, an updated answer to, for instance, it can't substitute Google on the search for tickets or for hotel reservations or restaurant reservations, that kind of stuff. It's not going to do for you because it doesn't have updated information until 2022. It's only 2021. Okay, anybody else? I see any chats, any other question you want to ask? We have another few minutes before we end this. The idea is that we do it together. So questions, come on. Other questions you want to ask? You want to make it do some work? No questions? I see. Okay. So yeah, again, people are using it for, but let me show you the example of the vegetable place. So you see a use that doesn't have to do anything with business, right? In any case, oh, I lost it. Circular economy, fundraising, Concordia. Here it is. So I asked it to create a planting schedule for a 50 square meter vegetable plot in our summer house in Quintana Martina. So it tells me, okay, these are the things that have to do climate, soil type, sun exposure, planting dates. And then it tells me what are the best crops for each time of the year, right? And when I should be planting them. Summer, plant basil in June or July, plant carrots, beets, and radishes in July or August, plant onions, garlics, and shallots in August, September, so on and so forth. Then I told it, design a drip irrigation system for the vegetable plot. Okay, Scott, send it to me via chat, define, okay, here it is. Define the rationale for incorporating indigenous into the broader economy. Okay, let's. Okay, here's your answer, Scott. Incorporating indigenous peoples and their traditional economies into the broader may have many benefits. It can help create economic opportunities, improve standard of living for indigenous communities, while also increasing. Okay, we might be having problems with the chat. So again, let's reload. Sometimes the chat, yeah, Eric is giving me some. Other than productivity, what other business benefit do you see for Busqueros and Eveland? That's a great question, Danny. And one, obviously, productivity is the biggest one because it provides, a small company like ours with limited resources. it really expands our resource potential. But then, as we start at using it within our system, you can't access the chat on the card. As I'm saying, we might be having some issues with the chat. But what industries are using ChatGPT the most? That's a good question, Lourdes. How to sell Evelyn to chambers of commerce? Okay, that is a question. Okay. Here's the answer to the indigenous. Okay, so now let's say, no, let's put this one up as a new chat. How do you sell Evelyn Metaverse to chambers of commerce? But let's give it a little bit more. Define value proposition and problem resolution capabilities. For instance, I'm adding a little bit more there. And so there might be some very generic thing, but here it's right on target. Providing a new platform for events and meetings, enhancing networking and collaboration, offering a new marketing and outreach channel. So, creating new economic opportunities for economic development. You can, look at the speed of this thing and how it provides. Now, there's an API, and we're going to see as we go forward in responding to Danny's question, how do we use it within Busqueros and Evelyn? Well, we're using it, Danny. For instance, you say productivity, but we just created the employability index. So thanks to the AI, we now have the employability index, and we're now going to deploy that on Busqueros and then obviously on other sites. But Busqueros will get that, which will be the tokenization of Busqueros, right? So it's basically how do we provide Busqueros with a Web3 component and a blockchain connection, and it's through that employability index, which we were able to define thanks to the ChatGPT program. And let me answer Lourdes' question. Let me have ChatGPT answer it itself. What industries are using ChatGPT the most? So here are some potential uses. Obviously, customer service. I don't know if all of you, but I know some of you, Lourdes specifically, remembers our painful integration of our chatbot when we initially launched Busqueros, which we had the chatbot from the Indian guys. And we had to build the entire structure of the content and all the links between one and the other. It was a nightmare. Meanwhile, you can teach this thing to, if you use it for yourself, you can teach it. And here's the page. This is actually an image generator for OpenAI. And they have also a code creator down here, which is called, I think it's Whisper or Alignment. Yeah, I don't know which one, but one of the two is a code creator. And this is the ChatGPT. So you can get, and then they have an API, which you can download, and then that's when you start paying, obviously. But again, this thing's being built, look, from 2015, they're older than us. And they have $1 billion investments in their wallet. So they're a big startup. Elon Musk is behind this thing, and Peter Thiel is behind this thing. So it's this is something that it's really going to change dramatically a lot of things in our business. So anyway, any other questions you have before we finish? Hi Arturo, you're in. You hear music, no voice. No, I'm not, I didn't mute myself. I'm here. No, it's, I don't know, no. Oh, okay, you're looking at the ChatGPT schedule. Anyway, so here's Danny. No te oigo. Can you hear me? Everybody, no voice? Is the voice gone? I'm here. Let me see if I muted. No, I'm not muted anywhere. Well, anyway, this is about all I wanted to show you, and I think that it's a lot that and I'm sure you are now all thinking, how many things can you do with this technology? Know that we are integrating, and we're looking at how do we integrate it into the Eveland and Busqueros portfolio. We are, as you saw, already using it to produce multiple documents and to increase, as Danny was saying, increase productivity. But that's basically the way I see it, is that the main use case right now that we can present, and that we are able to obviously enhance our business, because I created a number of critical applications and indexes and plans for our business in a matter of hours, something that would have taken me days or even weeks before using this tool. So anyway, that's all I have. I asked you for an hour, and I really thank you for coming over to see us. We've had many people on the call, and I'm sure you all are going to leave with a little bit more intrigued about how to use this technology, and be sure that we are working very diligently to make this happen and to present users. And again, how do we use it within the venue? Is by creating interaction, by creating applications and things to do, because that's the most important thing that we need to do, is to generate recurrent usage of our platform. We need to create different things for people to come back. If we are creating the CAT metaverse, we need to create applications so that people come back and participate and interact with each other and compete. And there's nothing better than gaming and that competition to generate that interaction. So the way we're using it to monetize it right now is to create those gaming applications and those interactive engagement applications that will allow us to provide a better user experience. And the focus is our next big event, which you're all invited, which is February 1st to the 3rd. We are minting 20,000 tickets for that event. Okay. And there were 102 companies already participating. It's going to be our biggest event ever. It's with 102 Web3 companies. Okay. So, creating the different trivials and launching and having that interaction will be critical to seeing and really having that market product fit really well structured and ready to go to the next stage of our company. Thank you all very much. I wish you a very happy new year, and I hope that we'll see you again soon as we create more content and we deliver more value to each one of you. Thank you very much.